Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm going to do another album review, and it's on a Pink Floyd album, and it's actually on the album that's in the frame just there in the corner of the room. It's on the album Wish You Were Here, which is one of their most famous albums, probably their most famous after Dark Side of the Moon. This was the follow-up album to Dark Side of the Moon as well, and it came out in 1975, and it's a concept album like a lot of Pink Floyd's albums during this period, but it's concept about, it basically has a dig at the music business, and also is about the friendship and the loss of Syd Barrett, because there's a song that bookends the album on this album called Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which is a fan favourite, and it is a great song, but it's about Syd Barrett, and if you do Shine You Diamond, the first letters of those words are Sid, S-Y-D, which spells out Sid. I don't know if that was intended, but it might have been, but I just think it's a bit of a coincidence. It probably is, but yeah. The album cover is a very famous album cover. It was done by Storm Ferguson, which he did most of their album covers, and he did a lot of very iconic album covers. And then, because you get the two businessmen making a deal, one's been set on fire, and he was actually set on fire. I think he had just some sort of flammable liquid poured all over him, and then he just got somebody just bought a torch and basically set him on fire. It must have been a pain to get that shot, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure they would have done a 5-second shot, and then he would have had to run to the fire extinguisher or something. And then on the back you get this funny artwork of a businessman with a blank face, and he's got a blank picture disc of the Wish You Were Here album, because you can see the label. But yeah, inside you get this sleeve. I hate this sleeve because it's so hard to get the vinyl out, especially because it's a brand new vinyl. Like, that's a nice photo. On the back you get the lyrics and all the personnel of who did what and everything. And see, this is what I mean, it's just so hard to get this out. You have to literally touch the vinyl, which I don't like doing. I don't like touching the vinyl on the surface, it's not a good thing to do. But yeah, that's side one. You get the 2 tracks, Shine You Crazy Diamond and Welcome to the Machine, and then you get the 3 other tracks on the other side, which I'll get into in a minute anyway, but yeah, there you go. You get the famous record label as well on it. So yeah, very, very iconic album cover, probably one of their most seminal albums in rock history. It is definitely one of their most favoured albums, I can assure you of that, but it is also a very essential listen, but it's also a very good listen for people who want to get into Pink Floyd. This is probably the best album to listen to besides The Dark Side of the Moon if you want to get into Pink Floyd. It's probably their most radio friendly album as well, because it's got Have a Cigar and the title track Wish You Were Here, which must have been played millions of times on the radio ever since it came out 43 years ago. That's a long time. But yeah, I'm just going to go through the tracks one by one and just give them a score out of 10, and then I'm going to rank them at the end and give a score for the album out of 10. So it opens up with Shine You Crazy Diamond, parts 1 to 5. It was originally intended for it to be a side-long piece like the Atom Heart Mother's Suite and Echoes, which is on Medal. But it bookends the album instead, and I think it does work better like that, because they decided to put the new material in the middle, because when they started recording this album after Dark Side came out, the creative input and the recording sessions were rather diluted in terms of how much work was being done, and they eventually decided to bookend the album with this song so they could fit new material in between. But yeah, it's obviously a 10 out of 10 song because it's about Syd Barrett, and unfortunately he went crazy because he took loads of drugs, and he just his mental state slowly declined ever since like their first album came out, which is the only one he's the frontman on, and he's on a Source Full of Secrets, but he only gets one song, and his slide guitar appears on one of the other tracks, I think, but yeah, he doesn't appear that much in the Pink Floyd discography. He's a very essential part of Pink Floyd because he obviously created the band, but it's very sad to hear that he had to have such a bleak ending, and he had a lot of potential which never really happened. He never got to use his potential properly, and he did visit the band while they were recording this track, I'm pretty sure, in 1974. and there's a famous photo of him. He's got shaved hair, shaved eyebrows, and he's rather large, rather pear-shaped. Roger Waters said he thinks he weighed about 300 pounds, which is a lot, and none of the band recognised him, which is very sad. And Roger Waters and David Gilmour, I'm pretty sure they were reduced to tears from distress of seeing it, which is understandable. But yeah, it's just very sad, and I think that was the last. And then he attended David Gilmour's wedding reception the same day later. And then I think the last time any of the band saw him after that, I think he once bumped into Roger Waters in Harrods, I'm pretty sure, in the late 70s or the 80s. And he was carrying bags of candy, and then he just saw Roger and he absolutely belted it out of the store. So that's very sad to hear that. But to talk of the song, it's obviously a brilliant song. It opens up with a lovely keyboard solo, and then it comes in with a very melancholic David Gilmour solo, and then the famous 4 notes that he played on the guitar, which inspired Roger Waters to write this song, come in, and then the band fully comes in to bring the song to life fully, and then there's another 2 David Gilmour solos, and then the actual song comes in, and this song has a brilliant chorus line. It's a 13-minute song, but it has a brilliant chorus, and the lyrics don't come in until about 9 minutes through. But it's just an absolutely brilliant song. You have to check this out. It's one of Pink Floyd's best songs, one of my favourite Pink Floyd songs, and it's one of my favourite songs ever. It's just a brilliant song from start to finish, and at the end there's a beautiful saxophone solo, which is just so nice to listen to. So yeah, obviously a 10 out of 10. So yeah, great way to open up the album. So it comes in next. It kind of, that Shining You Crazy Diamond parts 1 to 5 sort of fades out, and it comes in with this like tractor engine sounding noise, and it comes in with Welcome to the Machine, which is a dig at the music business, which is also similar to the next track after this. But it just talks about how the music business sort of capitalises on this one person's creative ability, and they just get it, they just use it, and like just use as much as they can out of that one person without having their full creative input, if you know what I mean. Like, the artist themselves don't have that much creative input into it, but it's just talking about how an artist is plucked out of nowhere and just used loads and loads, and they just capitalise on their creative ability, which is what I've already said. The only actual proper instrument, I'm pretty sure, is David Gilmour's acoustic guitar in this, but there is some drum cymbals, I'm pretty sure, something like that. It's a very angry song though, but David Gilmour's vocals are very good on it. And it's a 7-minute long song, but it actually doesn't feel like 7 minutes when you listen to it. It's kind of funny that, but it's a really good song. Not perfect, because it shouldn't. I don't think it should be 7 minutes long, but it doesn't really feel like 7 minutes. But it's just not as I probably would go listen to this outside of the album, but it's just not as good as the other ones, is basically what I'm trying to say. So I'd give it a 9 out of 10, but it's still a brilliant song. And then that's the end of side 1 already, and there's only 5 songs on this album. So the third song, which opens up side 2, is a song called Have a Cigar. This is talking about a businessman who basically has no care for the artists, feel like just what they think of what they've done. All they care about is how well it's done in the charts, and how well the record's done, how much money they can make out of it. But it just talks about a businessman, and it just sort of emphasises how much they just care about the money. They don't care about the artist, they care about the money. Which is a very relevant subject matter to talk about in the music industry, but that's what this album's about. But yeah, it's still a brilliant song, and it's not actually got Roger Waters. A lot of people think it's Roger Waters singing it, but it's not David Gilmour, it's not Roger Waters. And I've forgotten his name. I feel very stupid now. I can't believe I've forgotten his name. He might be on here. He doesn't actually tell you. And I forgot his name because I watched the documentary about this a few weeks ago. I've forgotten his name, so I'm very sorry to that man who sung this song. But he does it good justice. He does it brilliant justice. So yeah, it's a brilliant song, 9 out of 10 song. You should go listen to it. It's got some good keyboard work on it and some good guitar work. It opens up with good guitar lick and stuff. Then that sort of fades out, and then you can kind of hear it. It's like it's playing on the radio, like somebody's got an old radio out and it's just playing on the radio. And then it comes in with this weird. It sounds like some sort of soundtrack clip from a movie or something. It's just two people talking, and then it comes in with one of the most beautiful guitar riffs ever created for the title track, "Wish You Were Here." This is the shortest song on the album, I'm pretty sure, but it is very emotional. This song, very very melancholic, and it's probably Pink Floyd's most emotional and melancholic song, and it's probably their most easy listening song, their most tasteful song. Definitely their most well-known song, probably their most played song. It is just an absolutely beautiful song. You have to check this song out. This should probably be the first song you listen to if you're going to listen to a song off this album. Because "Shine On You Crazy Diamond," you have to be used to Pink Floyd's long songs, but it's still a great experience to listen to. But this is a really good song. It's just a beautiful song, and David Gilmour's vocals on it are beautiful. But it's just a brilliant song. Just a brilliant song. Obviously 10 out of 10, absolute classic, and it's a very timeless song. People say this can be based around Syd Barrett. It's just basically loosely based around friendship and the loss of a friend, and I guess it can be put in the context of Syd Barrett, but Roger Waters says he wasn't actually intending to write about Syd when he was writing this song, but David has said that whenever he plays this live, or whenever he just plays this in general, he can't help but think about Syd. And to be honest, I can't help but think about Syd when I listen to this song. And so many people think it's about Syd, and it might as well be about Syd, because it's just, when put into that context, it just very well fits that idea of Syd being lost from the band. But "Wish You Were Here" sort of fades out, and then it comes in with this very sort of, I don't know how to describe this, it just fades out, and then in comes this bass guitar for "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" parts 6 to 9. 6 to 9, not 69. We're mature adults here. No, I'm joking. But yeah. This song is about 12 minutes long. So making "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" the longest song in the Pink Floyd catalogue, I'm pretty sure. Which means it would be about 26 minutes overall in total. But yeah, "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" part 69 is another brilliant way to continue the piece of music that is "Shine On You Crazy Diamond." It sort of opens up for the first few minutes with keyboard solo and guitar work, and then in comes the verse, and there's a lot less lyrics in this part than there is in the first part that opens up the album. Yeah, because there's only about a minute of lyrics in this song, and then the rest is just instrumental. So the lyrics kind of come about exactly halfway through, and then it sort of fades out. The lyrics obviously fade out. I'm losing my words here. Sorry. The lyrics finish, and then comes in the more guitar work. And it just kind of goes on till about the 9-minute mark, and then to close the song, Richard Wright does a beautiful keyboard solo, and apparently that was a real in-the-moment sort of emotional thing, and he was probably thinking of Syd or something. A lot of people say he was thinking of Syd when he was doing that, but that was just like very in-the-moment emotional keyboard work by Richard Wright, and it is a beautiful way to close the song, and it's a very nice thing to hear. But I would give this a 10 out of 10 as well. It's not as good as the first part, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It still means it's a brilliant song, but it's not as memorable as the first part. But, I mean, I would go listen to the first part more, but I like to count both parts as the whole piece. So I like to count "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" as the whole song, just as one. So I'm gonna rank the songs, but I'm gonna count "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" as one piece. So just to let you know that. So number 4 would be "Have a Cigar." It's still a brilliant song, but it's just my least favourite. There's literally every song on this album is brilliant. So there's nothing really bad to say about any songs on this album. Then number 3 would be "Welcome to the Machine," which is a 9 out of 10. And then number 2, "Wish You Were Here." These top 2 are some of Pink Floyd's best songs, arguably their best. If you said that they were their best, I wouldn't argue with you. But yeah, number 2, Wish You Were Here, 10 out of 10. And then number 1 for me has got to be Shining You Crazy Diamond, because it's a beautiful piece of music. It's more of a journey than a piece of music though. Pink Floyd long songs are definitely more of a journey than pieces of music. They're just something else. Very surreal and very mesmerising songs. But this album would obviously have to get a 10 out of 10 because it's a classic album. It's one of the best concept albums ever created. Pink Floyd definitely make the best concept albums. But yeah, it's just brilliant from start to finish, and you have to go listen to this. So yeah, that is my review on Wish You Were Here. The next Pink Floyd albums I'm going to review are The Animals and The Wall. Then I'm going to go back to the start and review the albums from Piper Up Gates of Dawn to Obscured by Clouds, which is the one before Dark Side of the Moon. I'm not going to just do Pink Floyd for my next videos, but I mean I will do other artists, but the next one I'm going to do is Animals, which is a brilliant album. But yeah, I'm going to do Pink Floyd's classic period and then go to their more neglected progressive period, if you will. But yeah, that's my review on Wish You Were Here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave comments if you want to, and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments. But thank you for watching. Goodbye.